Plum signs with the Indiana Fever. Official announcement: Indiana Fever welcomes Kelsey Plum after major signing. Yes, you read it right. Kelsey Plum just made the smartest move of her career after Sutta Sabali left the Dallas Wings to join the Indiana Fever. It seems like the rest of the WNBA.
What is going on in their locker room? Like, this Aces team is falling apart. This is not a coach that I would want to play for.
Is having a collective life choices moment. Why? Because everyone wants to play with Caitlin CLK. If you've got eyes, it's obvious who's about to dominate the 2025 season, and players aren't just.
You don't have it every year. It's not the way this works. You don't get to flip a switch. It's the beautiful thing about sports, actually. The work and the commitment and the buy-in and the play hard and the want to and the will always show up in the end.
Chasing wins anymore. They're chasing glory with. Clark flipped the league on its head. The end, so Plum decided to sign with actually the work and the commitment and the buy-in and the play hard and the want to and the will always show up. Indiana, and let's reel, she's no average.
But the two-time defending champs looking very much like it as Kelsey Plum held out her hand for Clark to shake, and Clark plainly just backed away from.
Player, she's a two-time WNBA champion, a three-time All-Star, and a certified game changer with her Clark and Sabali.
We have to get better. We have to really take a sharp look at ourselves, look ourselves in the mirror, see our shortcomings, and then, you got to make the moves necessary, whatever that means, to put the best product that we possibly can. It's not going to be the same group probably next year. It just won't. And I'm sad about that because I really like that group. They're a pain in my ass, but I was a pain in their ass too.
Forming a terrifying trio, the Fever are about to flip the league. Allies, we have to get better. We have to. Caitlin doesn't need backup, but when you've got players like Angel Ree, AIA Wilson, and Chindy Carter gunning for you, it helps to have trusted ally dynamics. We talk a lot of smack last. Plum, the backbone of the Las Vegas Aces, a team that's been basking in.
We talked a lot of smack last year. I'm sure they heard it, and they got to smack us this year. So, for us, we will have a long
championship glory. Thanks to her is now at the center of trade talks. This is a player who's been carrying the Aces on her back, averaging 17.8 points per game in 2024 and making defenses look like amateurs. And now the idea of her ditching Vegas for Indiana, that's not just a trade, is a shift in power dynamics. Good luck with that. It reminds me of Indiana Fever isn't just some random team looking to get lucky. They've been quietly and sometimes loudly assembling a roster that screams future dynasty. Caitlin Clark, the rookie sensation who's already playing like she owns a league, is leading the charge.
Age reminds me a lot of me. Like, you say it's not really about me. And she knows how her privilege has gotten her to that point. And also, like, she's good at basketball, obviously. But, like, she understands her privilege. It's like what pushes her over the top, in a sense. It reminds me a lot of you. And I mean, that's
charge. If Plum joins the squad, it's like adding rocket fuel to an already blazing fire. Picture Plum and Clark in the same backcourt defenses would have nightmares, but let's not sugarcoat it. While this move could elevate the Fever to serious contenders, it might also spell chaos for the Aces. Losing Plum would be like pulling the foundation out from under a skyscraper. Sure, Vegas still has talent, but replacing a player like her, good luck. One is juicy Chicago, we just said. Enter the Golden State Valkyries, the WNBA's shiny new expansion.
They went from dominating the league, winning back-to-back championships, literally having teams craft their roster in order to beat the Aces, is now the team that did not live up to expectations this year, and is a team that's one by one falling apart in front of our own very eyes.
Team that's basically screaming, hey Kelsey, remember your California roots. And here's the fun twist: their head coach, Natalie Nakas, used to coach Plum in Vegas, the dots are connecting themselves. And a move back to California doesn't seem so far-fetched. The Valkyries are like that new kid in school who already knows everyone and shows up with the coolest stuff. But here's the thing, while the Valkyries might be tempting, the Fever's rise and Caitlin Clark's insane popularity make Indiana just as compelling. Plum's got choices and every sink the championship conversation, it seemed. Valkyries.
Chicago, as we just said, has Tyler Marsh as their head coach. He was also an assistant for the Las Vegas Aces, so that's caused a lot of back and forth because they've had two now assistant coaches leave. Natalie Nakase is now the head coach of the Valkyrie.
Statistically, Plum's a beast. Her 36.8% shooting from beyond the arc last season solid, but let's talk about that playoff game against the Liberty. 6 points, 2 for N shooting. That's the kind of performance that makes you question everything. Was it a fluke, a bad day, or is Plum itching for a change of scenery to get back to her best? Either way, teams are circling like sharks because players like Plum don't just grow on trees. She's a proven winner, and any team that snags her is
It seemed like A'ja Wilson was diminishing the accomplishments of players like Kelsey Plum and Paige Bueckers and someone who is her teammate. It felt like she was giving Kelsey Plum a backhanded compliment. And a lot of people, Aces fans, WNBA fans, Kelsey Plum fans, across the board really had a problem with this video, and it really left a sour taste in their mouth.
in the championship conversation. It's tied. The whole league has been pissed. Let's zoom in on the Fever because their situation is just as spicy. Kelsey Mitchell has been holding it down for Indiana since 2018, and her 2024 season was a chef's kiss. She averaged 19.2 points per game and shot over 40% from three. She's been through hell, losing her father last year, and still came out stronger, leading this team and mentoring younger players like Caitlin Clark. The Fever didn't hesitate to lock her in with a $618,000 extension, which screams this is our franchise player. But what happens if Plum walks in? Does Mitchell take a back seat? Do they share the spotlight, or does the team implode under the weight of too many stars? It's like trying to fit two queens on one throne. Messy, but oh so entertaining to watch. Let's talk records because Clark smashed them like they were made of glass. She rewrote the WNBA's single-season assist record, dropping a jaw-dropping 337 dimes, breaking a record that had been untouched since 1998. Oh, and how about becoming the first rookie in league history to rack up multiple triple-doubles? Yeah, she did that too. She's not just playing, she's redefining what's possible in a rookie season. But here's the kicker, her impact goes beyond the individual accolades. Clark elevated everyone around her. The Fever hadn't sniffed the playoffs since 2016, but with her running the show, they punched their
The whole league has been pissed off for the last 8 months, and my players are in commercials and this and that and being freaking celebrities, and you get distracted.
ticket. That's what generational talent looks like. She doesn't just shine, she makes the whole team brighter. But here's where it gets juicy. The Fever's rise is happening at the same time the Las Vegas Aces are crumbling like a sand castle in high back-to-back. Once the WNBA's commercials and this end that and being freaking celebrity.
Despite back-to-back championships and a deep playoff run this season, the Las Vegas Aces have fired general manager Natalie Williams.
And undisputed powerhouse, the Aces are now a team in chaos. Their playoff flameout against the New York Liberty was bad enough. Seriously,
I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna try to be the best. I get y'all saying best player in the world. That's great. It looks great. But I want to be the best person. I want to be the best teammate, because that's how I get the best out of my team.
Offensive rating dropped by nearly 7 even points, but the off-court drama is even worse. General manager Natalie Williams and cool assistants have jumped ship, leaving head coach Becky Hammond scrambling to patch. And I'm going. And while A.A. Wilson tries to hold it together, players like Tiffany Hayes are reportedly questioning the teams.